Yo, Marty. Yo, dude, check this out. They turned this into an actual comic book.
It's kind of a Batman, but he has cat powers, and his partner Kitten, who doesn't have cat powers but dresses like a cat anyway, as they explore a weird mystery.
So this may come as a bit of a surprise, especially if you click this video expecting me to sort of sing the praises of Marvel Studios. But I am not the biggest fan of comic books and superhero movies, and at this point, I'm just more than a little marveled out.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm of the opinion that superhero movies peaked during Sam Raimi's 2000 Spider-Man trilogy, and I would argue that Tobey Maguire walked so that Tom Holland could run.
Pizza time.
That said, you really can't deny the impact that Marvel and superhero movies, comic books, and films have had on pop culture just across the board. And at the end of the day, it's not about what I want, it's about what the people want. Because Marvel is one of the most profitable media and entertainment companies in the world, producing 4 of the current top 10 highest grossing films of all time, not to mention the hundreds of hours of content available for streaming. So moviegoers turn out to these things in droves. So it's natural for a studio like Marvel to want to expand the brand as they have for the last few decades here, which is why in 2021 they signed a 3-year partnership with Minor League Baseball to create an initiative called Defenders of the Diamond. Now, year 1, which was the 2022 season, saw most minor league ballparks host a Defenders of the Diamond night where they had all these characters dressed up.
Chance tonight to meet 5 of your favorite Avengers characters.
Ooh.
Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk, all in attendance tonight.
I am all about the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
They'll all be on the plaza, so you get a chance. They're going to be rotating, moving throughout the ballpark, interacting with fans.
So now we're here in year 2 for the 2023 season, and things got a whole lot spicier because in October and November, Marvel Studios released 96 unique logos for the 96 teams participating in Defenders of the Diamond, and they are incredible. I definitely recommend checking all of them out. The link is going to be in the description. There's not very many bad ones at all because these were created by Marvel illustrators, and I'm not going to go through and rank every single one, but I am going to talk about my top 5 in no particular order, starting with the Buffalo Bisons. This logo is insane. It's so cool. So there's a reason this was in my thumbnail. I mean, this thing is just screaming with personality and attention to detail, which all of these logos have. Like, they've got this like insanely detailed Marvel-esque sort of aspect to them where they just seem larger than life and like superheroes, for lack of a better term here. This bison is just screaming with personality and raw emotion to it, with the ice coming down off its face. It's just super intense and really cool looking. We've also got the eerie sea wolves, which I love so much too. This actually reminds me of, if you've ever seen Treasure Planet, this looks like the character of John Silver. So we're kind of getting to a point where we're just super meta with like Disney properties because Disney owns Marvel. But I mean, we're talking Treasure Planet, it's kind of a deep cut. Either way, this logo is really cool. Good job, Eerie Sea Wolves. Most of Erie's sort of like alternate identities have been fantastic across the board. I'm also really into this Memphis Redbirds alternative logo here. This is kind of like a rare human looking logo for this initiative. I love it for kind of that aspect alone because this actually genuinely looks like a superhero. Kind of reminds me of the movie Birdman with Michael Keaton, if you saw that. Very cool logo here, and I love the mustache. Working on that myself here. I'm also really in love with the Great Lake Loons and what they did here, you know, with this beautiful use of color. This actually feels like something you could legitimately find in a Marvel comic book. This is fantastic. And the same is true for the Salt Lake Bees. I love this logo a lot too. This genuinely feels like a actual Marvel character or property, especially with their recent sort of push for more like bug films, like Ant-Man and the Wasp is really the one that comes to mind. Doesn't this feel like something that could be from that, right? Am I crazy? Maybe. Again, check out all 96 logos. They're incredible. They're very fun in their own right. Not a single one that I would consider bad, including San Antonio here. This is actually huge progress for Defenders of the Diamond because in 2022, they just wore a Marvel jersey, which across the board all kind of had this level of sameness to it. So we can see the Worcester Red Sox actually tweeted this picture letting the fans decide the jersey, and we can see that there's 10 different designs with 10 different Marvel properties here. But what's really funny about this picture specifically is that they all say Augusta across the front. So this was like the product package for the Augusta Green Jackets and likely their 10 options of what to decide from when choosing their Marvel jersey. And while these 10 jerseys look cool, I do appreciate now that each team participating has their own unique logo and identity identity that's not just one of these 10 jerseys. I'm happy to say that the San Antonio Missions chose the Thor themed jerseys. I thought that was a cool look. Of these 10, I would say that Thor is probably the coolest choice by far.
Okay, that'll be $1,000. Okay, that'll be $800. That'll be $1,000, please. Fork it over. Give me the money.
And when it comes to this partnership of Minor League Baseball and Marvel Entertainment, Kurt Hunziker, Major League Baseball's Vice President of Minor League Business Operations, was quoted in this incredible run-on sentence through Marvel's website. When you combine the creative powers of these two storied brands, the promotions, events, and now merchandise fans will see in ballparks and retail stores in years ahead, will create memories that will be passed from generation to generation. And we are beyond excited to share these new team-specific logos and characters Marvel has created as we build excitement for the 2023 baseball season. In addition to Kurt Hunziker, Brian Crosby, who's the creative director at Marvel Themed Entertainment, had this to say about the initiative. Marvel at its core is built around telling amazing, relatable stories and creating lasting experiences. Over this past year, more than 750,000 fans of both Marvel and Minor League Baseball were able to experience the game in a whole new way with an all-ages friendly comic book about the minor league baseball players themselves, teaming up with the Avengers to defend the diamond from an underworld invasion. Now, this comic book that Brian Crosby is referencing is available for free to look at in PDF format, and I will link it in the description. I highly recommend you checking it out. It is super cool. Probably the funnest part of this whole initiative in addition to the logos themselves. And since they dropped all these logos on us, all 96 logos for each team participating in Defenders of the Diamond, it's really just gonna open the door for fans to come in and experience the game in a way that they've never done before. To me, it just feels like a no-brainer of a crossover in the sense that this is gonna bring Marvel fans to a baseball game, and it might turn someone who's not a superhero fan, like myself, more into one through the lens of baseball. You know, I could appreciate these characters more because of my love of baseball, so rock on. I mean, it works both ways. Mark your calendars because Defender of the Diamond Knight is gonna be kind of a can't-miss initiative going forward for this 2023 season. I'm really looking forward to it, super excited. Be sure and check out the store too. There's some awesome gear, well worth checking out. You can get yourself a little jalapeno hat as well if you wanna look as cool as I do. Whether you're a fan of baseball, whether you're a fan of Marvel, whether you're a fan of both and fit in that middle part of the Venn diagram, I appreciate you watching all the same. Be sure and give the video a like, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more baseball content. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna sit and binge watch all of this Catman and Kitten so that I can validate my existence as a single Catman. What are you gonna do? Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.